Iranian negotiators meeting with the U.S. and other world powers in Switzerland as we speak, reportedly working on a deal, trying to strike a deal over a so-called breakout time. That would keep Iran 1 year away from enriching enough fuel for a nuke. Now, the thinking is you've got 1 year to take out its program. Jillian Turner is a former national security staffer for Presidents Obama and Bush and a Fox News contributor. And Jillian, welcome back to you out of Washington today. The president puts a deal at 50-50. What do you put the chances at right now?
It depends how you want to define success. Let's be clear that an end, so to speak, to Iran's nuclear program is not on the table or really up for discussion in these negotiations. There's no potential scenario in which the United States is able to negotiate a complete termination of Iran's nuclear program. I think the best case scenario with the negotiations is that through a deal, we're able to slow down the acceleration of their program and limit the breakout time. That is how quickly they're able to assemble a bomb based on the component parts available to them at the time.
What you're saying then is whether it's a year or 10 years from now, at some point Iran's going to be nuclear, unless you lead some sort of military action to take the program out, correct? Under the current leadership, that's where we are.
I don't know about military engagement per se. I mean, there's a way in which we're able to somehow use diplomacy to get ourselves out of this situation. But sitting down at the table with these negotiations, we're already willingly acquiescing our 100% option, our best case scenario, which is an Iranian regime with no nuclear program whatsoever.
And right now, they're not talking about ending the program, is the point you made in your first answer there. The Israeli ambassador to the U.S., Ron Dermer, said this with Greta just last night.
The deal that is being negotiated now would not block Iran's path to the bomb. It would actually pave it. But the deal that's on the table right now, if there's not a change, is not a deal that Israel can accept.
So what does Israel do then, if that's the case?
You know, the Israelis, from a national security perspective, have made their position very clear, and that is a nuclear Iran poses a direct and existential threat to Israeli statehood, and it needs to be prevented at all costs. I'd say that furthermore, any deal from their perspective that allows Iran to continue enriching uranium is categorically a bad deal because it leaves open this pathway to the development of a nuclear weapon. And that's why there's this interest in derailing the P5+1 talks, because the Israelis categorically disagree with our participation in the negotiations.
Well, what was it, 12 years ago when George Bush was negotiating this? And the number of centrifuges in Iran, it was minuscule compared to what it is today.
It was, whereas in 2003, around that time, we had a couple of dozen. We now have multiple thousands. Estimates range anywhere from 10 to about 19,000.
Jillian, thank you. Deadlines have come and gone twice now. There's another one coming up later in this month, and ultimately they want to get a deal done by the end of June. And right now, there's no clear indication which way it goes. Thank you for your time in Washington
Thanks,
today.
Phil.
You bet.